You face the consequences of being arrested for a DUI. They are many and affect most aspects of your life. Now comes the part of the program that assists you in projecting out into the future to help you decide whether you want to prevent all of these negative effects from ever happening again. To prevent another DUI, the simple part is to deconstruct and examine the events that led you to your first DUI. That's what we've been doing this entire program. It gives you a concrete list of things you need to avoid or to do better from now on. The more complicated part of this scenario is to review the attitudes and behaviors which got you here and determine what changes you have to make and how to make them. First, pause this program. Take about 30 minutes and write down what you think are the consequences of another DUI arrest for you. And it's okay to talk with a spouse, another loved one, or a friend as you explore this issue. Just be as thoughtful and as detailed as possible. Okay, so here are some of the things that can happen as a result of a second DUI arrest. Another longer license suspension. Depending on your BAC and other situational elements of your second DUI arrest, you will get a 12-month license suspension. Also related to that, you would not be eligible for the Accelerated Rehabilitative Disposition Program. You may have received ARD for your first DUI, and it may have drastically reduced the time that you had to go without your license, but not on a second arrest. And you'd have to get an ignition interlock installed on your car for a year as well. Higher fines. Again, depending on your BAC, the fine for your first DUI may have been as low as $300, not on a second arrest. For blowing a .08 again, the fine could be as high as $2,500, and if you're above .10, it could be $5,000. With another DUI arrest, you jack up your chances of spending time in jail. Up to 6 months is a real possibility. How about employment? Of course, if you're spending time behind bars, it's definitely going to have a bad impact on your current job or career. Even if you avoid jail time for a second DUI, if your employer knew about your first arrest and then finds out it's happened again, well, you may find that your leeway with your employer is getting pretty thin. Then there's treatment. The court could order you to get treatment after your second DUI. Have you ever checked the price for a residential or even outpatient substance use disorder treatment program? It can be hard to find grants or loans to pay for something that could run in the thousands of dollars. What about car insurance? We talked about facing a longer license suspension, but what about being able to afford car insurance when you're able to legally drive again? In an article I found on the simpledollar.com website, the writer did an experiment which involved getting quotes from several insurance companies using the data of a fictitious 28-year-old single male driving a 1-year-old small SUV and having a DUI. Now, you may have already faced this reality, but out of the 5 major companies in the article, 2 refused to give a quote at all, while the others ranged between $150 and $300 a month. That's $1,800 to $3,600 a year for car insurance alone. What do you think will happen with a second DUI on your record? And last, but certainly not least, is the further impact a second DUI arrest will have on your family, because of all the reasons we've mentioned here, and of course the raw emotional aspect of the situation. Trust is further eroded, and you may find even your spouse or significant other is thinking about distancing themselves from you. The truth is that when you continue to drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs despite already having a DUI arrest, it could be a clear indication that you may have a substance use disorder, which can eventually lead to the user choosing their drug of choice over their activities, their friends, and even their family. It's heady territory and a very slippery slope. Getting help should be your first priority.